Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing F1 tier maker for the guesses of / predictions for the World Championship constructors, and then we will also do the drivers. So first up we are going to rate Scuderia Ferrari. Obviously this year they were sixth because they really didn't do anything as good as it should have been. And actually, let's rate who I think will win the constructors this year. And I'm basing this off mostly the pre-season testing, so I think Red Bull will have a massive chance in winning the championship. I think they will beat Mercedes in second, and then I think McLaren will continue to be third and be closer to second place and be up in that front pack fight. And then fourth, I think that it's very difficult because obviously they're all really good teams, but in fourth I think Aston Martin, because obviously new team, new name and new driver lineup, and I think they will do pretty well and be P4 like they were last year, and be in the front of the midfield pack like always. But then I think AlphaTauri has been not at the front a lot, but still that will be good if they move up to P5 in the Constructors' Championship. Be a good boost for their team because it is still growing. But yes. And then P6 I think will still be Scuderia Ferrari. Obviously they probably won't improve, but might be in front of AlphaTauri maybe. But still, the Honda engine is proving to be a very fast one. So that's where I put the Scuderia Ferrari team. And then I think that in P7, Alpine, I think Ferrari will just beat them. Maybe might be sixth, but yes, I think they'll still be in the midfield pack, but not as much. And then we come down to the last few teams: Williams, Haas and Alfa Romeo. Obviously Alfa Romeo haven't changed their driver lineup at all, and same with Williams. Obviously, I think that Williams will have a really good chance of being 8th, and that is where I'm going to put them. Obviously, they are going to, what we've seen, make a massive step up compared to what other teams have done. And then for 9th, I put Alfa Romeo, and because obviously the Ferrari engine might get them up into 8th, but mainly I think Williams will get points, a few more points than Alfa Romeo. And Haas, I think they will be dead last, rookie lineup, and they're not changing any of their car pretty much, and they haven't spent any tokens in development. So that is my predictions. Champion, Red Bull Racing. Second, Mercedes AMG Petronas. Third, McLaren. Fourth, Aston Martin. Fifth, AlphaTauri. Sixth, Scuderia Ferrari. Seventh, Alpine. Eighth, Williams Racing. 9th, Alfa Romeo Racing, and finally Haas F1 team. Let's move on to the driver lineup. So we are back with the driver lineups for the F1 2020, and in first place, of course, I think it will be Max Verstappen, first ever World Championship. Obviously, last season the Red Bull wasn't that great because they started on the back foot, but this season it looks like that they are starting well at the front and starting very, very well. So I think that he will be the championship winner for this season, and yes, that's number 1. And I put in number 2, I think, Lewis Hamilton. Obviously it's a no-brainer, he is a 7-time world champion, and I think that's what will happen for him. But then I think Sergio Perez will beat Valtteri Bottas to P3, which puts Valtteri Bottas in P4, Red Bull, Mercedes, Red Bull, Mercedes. So that's what I think about first to fourth. Then fifth, I am going to put, this is a bit of a tough one. Fifth, I'm going to put I'm going to put Charles Leclerc. The only reason I'm going to put Charles Leclerc in P5 is because of the strong showings of Ferrari, and obviously he has been known to drag that car all the way up from rubbish to actually okay. So I put him in P5, and then I think Sebastian Vettel will step up his game and be in P6 for the championship in the top 10. But that is what I think about P5 and P6. Then we move on to P7 and P8, and I choose for that, I think that Daniel Ricciardo will be in P7. Obviously the McLaren showing signs of early pace, so I think he will be there. And in P8 I am going to put Carlos Sainz. Obviously new car, new team, still a good driver, but obviously the Ferrari isn't that good, and you can tell, so I put Carlos Sainz in P8, and the driver I put in P9 is going to be Pierre Gasly. Obviously well known race winner, and that is where I'm going to put him. But we move on then to P10, and I am going to put Fernando Alonso. Obviously he has been known to drag rubbish cars all the way up the order, and he deserves that place, so that is where I'm going to put him, and Fernando Alonso is in P10. Then we move on to P11, where I think that actually maybe that Lando Norris, obviously new team, might get a bit higher up, but I think he's going to be in P11. But I don't know, maybe he might get a few more podiums and move up into the top 10 places. But I rate him for P11, and in P12 I put Yuki Tsunoda. I think AlphaTauri, great car, and he will get lots of points, and that is where I put him in there for this season. But then as we move on to P13, we have Esteban Ocon. Obviously he had some good showings last season. Not great showings, but still very good showings. So I put him in P13, and in P14 I put Lance Stroll, or actually I'll switch them around, but Lance Stroll, you never know, he might get some more points on the board than Sebastian Vettel, but I think Sebastian Vettel will set in nicely with the new team, and then he will be higher up, but Lance Stroll still might be higher up than Sebastian Vettel. Then for P15 I am going to put Kimi Räikkönen, because obviously he's a great driver overall. Yes, he's old, but that doesn't always make him slow, so I put him there, and I think that will be a nice slotting in for him. And then next up I put George Russell. He's an amazing driver in the Williams. He will definitely get lots of stuff out of that car and definitely get the maximum limit that he can out of that Williams, which I hope has improved more than last year. Then I will put Antonio Giovinazzi. Obviously, strong driver, really good, but I put Antonio Giovinazzi. Then for the 18th place, I put Nicholas Latifi. Obviously, in the Williams, I think it will improve massively than last year, but then it comes to 19th and 20th, and it's between the two Haas drivers, and I put Mick Schumacher in P19, which means #we say no to Mazepin in P20, and I think that is where he will be for the F1 season. Obviously, probably will get a few more penalties, but yeah, and that is my driver lineup and Team Constructors Championship predictions. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.